Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Whitewater Township Board of Trustees meeting. If I can ask you to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fiscal Officer Jim Brett, roll call, please.
Mr. Pope,
Here.
Mr. Scheibling,
Here.
and Mr. King.
Here. Acceptance of the meeting minutes from October 20, 2025.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Voice vote, please.
Mr. Pope,
Yay.
Mr. Scheibling,
Yay.
and Mr. King.
Yay. Also acceptance of the invoices if you reviewed them.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Voice vote, please.
Mr. Pope,
Yay.
Mr. Scheibling,
Yay.
and Mr. King.
Yay. Sheriff's report, is there?
I believe it's in there, but it is.
It is. Real quick on the sheriff's report for 2025 of October, burglary 1, theft 6, one of which was an auto, identity theft 1, unauthorized use of motor vehicle 1, criminal damagings 3, criminal mischief 1, domestic violence 3, assault 1, violation of protection order 1, gross sexual imposition 1, endangering children 1, menacing 1, obstruction of official business 1, possession of drugs 2, possession of drugs paraphernalia 1, aided cases 9, other non-criminal were 6, totals were 40. 25 of those were closed, 15 are still active compared to 39 in September. Auto accidents were 30 compared to 27 in September, and calls for service 420 compared to 432 in September. Most of those charges, when you see the GSIs and endangering children, are all combined together, those charges like that, with drugs and drug paraphernalia. Any questions on the sheriff's report?
No.
Okay. Next, we have Chief. You wanna, or nope, next, any public presentations? We don't have anything. Next, we got Chief. You wanna come on up? Sorry about that.
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Our run totals for the month of October 2025 were 80 EMS details with 69 patrons and 37 vehicles transported, 67 fire details, including month in October fire details, for 147 details for the month. Brings our run-to-date, or year-to-date totals, 945 EMS details, 874 patients, 586 transports, and 493 fire details, for a grand total of 1,438 details so far in 2025. Slide to the middle there, unless there's any questions about any of that. So our staffing for the month of October, we did have 5 station closures for 12 hours. Our paramedic staffing with the township employees was 95%. And we did have 3 12-hour shifts without a township paramedic. But we were covered by WestJet as always, so we relied on our supplemental paramedic coverage. So part-time staffing, we have 1 part-time applicant waiting to begin his orientation, and actually we just did his orientation this afternoon, so he will be starting Saturday. Full-time vacancies, I'd like to recommend the following applicants for full-time positions based on the results of their medical exam. Zach Dorn and Ryan Curlehy. They were both part-time employees with us at this time. We do still have 2 positions that we need to fill, and I'm working on an additional full-time process. Once we get these 2 gentlemen on board, so probably more realistically, we'll start accepting applications probably in December. So for the blood drive, I want to thank all the donors that came out to the blood drive on November 8th. We had a total of 22 donors that day, which would potentially save 57 lives. huge thank you and shout out to firefighter paramedic Madison Renner and Nancy Schmidt for doing all the legwork and planning to get the blood drive up and running. They did a fantastic job. And for our first blood drive, I think those numbers were really good. We were short of the goal for the hospital, right? And they report that a lot. A lot of credit goes to those two ladies for getting that on social media and blasting it everywhere. So, huge shout out to them. Thank you all for showing up for that. And just a few Thanksgiving safety tips. Thanksgiving next Thursday. Obviously, if you have not already, check your smoke detectors. Make sure your smoke detectors are up and running. Batteries are being replaced. Stay in the kitchen when you're cooking on the stove top. Unattended cooking is leading cause to fires in the home. It's not only stove top, but that's also in the oven. Keep combustible items, towels, packaging, oven mitts away from burns and open flames. If you're using a turkey fryer, use those only outdoors on a flat surface. Never use them in a garage or on a deck. Also ensure the turkey is completely stalled. If turkey has any water or any ice, it's going to cause a flare for that holiday. So just keep children and pets at least 3 feet from the stove. Avoiding loose clothing hanging over the stove tops. Have a lid or baking sheet nearby that you can smother a grease fire with. And then if you have any candles, just keep them away from any decorations and extinguish them when you're leaving. Just two common sense things that sometimes we get so busy caught up in the money we overlook the simple things. So we do enjoy always visiting everyone during the holidays, but never under the situation.
Exactly.
I did have one other thing that I wanted to add, and it slipped my mind. It's a busy day today. We were in Whitewater Township about that structure fire. One was residential, the second one was down in Miami Fort. They had a fire in the space above the boiler. And it's about 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I heard them.
And they did get back around 4:35 o'clock. That's all I have. I did, just real quick, I remember what it was. I want to pass our sympathy and condolences on the family of firefighter paramedic Katie Brown on Saturday. We reached out to his mother-in-law. It was very unexpected. Our sympathy and condolences to his wife.
Likewise, Chief.
That's all I have.
You know?
I don't have any.
Chief?
No.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, Josh, you want to do your maintenance report? Good evening, Josh.
Just to touch on some everyday maintenance, I've taken the mulch out of all the mulch that we in the shop, doing this to help us knock down on everyday and also
a good job with it.
No comply,
Yeah.
that's all I have.
Yeah, don't let them off the hook, Josh. Yeah,
I don't have anything.
I have nothing else to do.
only thing, those signs in Hooven look really nice.
Oh,
Thank you. Yeah, 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 we got, yeah, yeah. Those, if you guys go up through Hooven, Josh put those, they were all donated, well, the signs were donated, and Josh had stuff to put them in the ground, so. Bill Hall with,
Sign around.
yeah, yeah. And also on that donation, get with me on that donation for batting cages, or whoever is spearheading that. Okay? Between that and with Harrison High School and, you know, see what we can do. So let's talk off the record about that, the batting cages. Okay? All right, thanks, Josh. Next, community center. Cassie, come on up. Hello.
Great.
Thanks.
Thanks. It was a good turnout. It was, for the first time, it turned out good. I thought,
Yeah, my wife and I came and got in his license did for a year and sat at the front of our vehicles, handed out candy, a lot of cute kids.
Lainey got the free Skyline, and she thought that was the greatest thing ever.
Anytime you get the free skyline.
It was really nice, thank you, Cassie, that was a good idea to do that.
And the Facebook stuff is great. It keeps popping up. It's, you see all the scheduling, you know, when it pops up for what's going on the next week. I like seeing that pop up on,
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah,
people-
so, everybody that isn't aware of it, follow us at, on Facebook, Whitewater Community Center. Yeah, Whitewater Township
Yeah.
Community Center.
Yeah, let's keep pushing that out. Absolutely.
And if you need anything, just message us.
Yep.
Don't wanna call, message.
Anybody got anything else? Cassie?
Mhm.
The community reports. Jim, you wanna do your water sewer district?
Glad to do that. Our next meeting is next Tuesday here at this building, 7:00. Last meeting was a joint meeting with MSD, and I have to tell you, for all the trouble we've had working with MSD in the past, they've been great to work with. We probably had about 15 businesses and residents represented at that meeting. They went over the permit process, what you have to do to get a permit when we're ready, gave some information out, and I thought that was really well done. I was happy that they were proactive on that, so I think they're more interested in working up with us than they ever been, so all good. So that's all I have.
As long as it keeps moving forward, huh?
Yeah.
Good.
You keep waiting for the bad news.
Yeah.
All them years of hearing.
We
the
just
bad
need to
news.
find another $10 million for
Yeah.
phase two.
Yeah. And also keep in mind too, if anybody's ever, you hear somebody interested in doing water, sewer, getting on that board, let us know. There's still looking for people to get involved in that, right?
Yeah, and, actually, Cassie's husband, Captain Schmidt, had mentioned that, and I was gonna, contact him and see if maybe he was still interested. And,
Okay.
maybe we can talk to him, and if we
So
could
all you
find,
guys keep that in mind, if anybody's asking, we're still looking for people to jump on that board.
yeah, if we could find one more person, that would get us back to 5, and we'd have a quorum with 3, that would be good.
Yeah, I will tell you, I sat on that board, almost 20 years, and also sat up here until he said, conflict and had to get away from one or the other. But it's, you learn a lot on that water sewer, and they spend a lot of money in the township, so I think it's very wise. They spend much more than what we do when they're doing these projects, and we're still in the, still only in the first half phase of Whitewater Township. There's still a lot of township to go, so I advise anybody has any interest in doing anything like this or getting involved, that's a great place to start. That's what I would recommend, get involved in that water and sewer district. Next, we got economic development, also goes along with that water and sewer, so I don't have anything new, Jim, unless something's popped up.
Just, I did go to the Hamilton County Shared Services meeting 2 weeks ago Friday, and, unfortunately, you already know this, the county is looking at, some major budget cuts, so, the grants that are gonna be available and things like the facade grants and things are gonna be less available, there's gonna be less money, so there's gonna be more competition. They're basically trying to cut back everywhere, which means they're gonna be, the sheriff is gonna be coming to us again. Major Ketman was there, and he's gonna be looking at us after the first of the year. He wanted to know how we were doing with pot money, and I said, still at the state, and the state's still making interest on our money, and so I couldn't help him out with that. But there's still gonna be some, I talked to Kelly Adamson today. She's one of the grant coordinators, and still gonna work and see if we can get some money maybe to help out the folks at the Christopher Firearms Building with their front facade, and see what we can do from there.
Yeah, everybody's cutting. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks for
And
diving into that.
I did want to mention, and I was actually surprised, Commissioner Driehaus came up to me beforehand and said, have you guys talked about, the petitions that are out there to do away with property taxes? And I said, everybody, I think in local government has talked about that, and she said, so that wouldn't be a bad topic for me to bring up here, and I said, no, I think everybody in the room has a stake in that. And these people that want to do away with property taxes, they really need to think through what's going to replace that, because without the township can't do an income tax. So without a huge sales tax increase and or allowing us to do an income tax, there's just no other way for us to fund the services we provide. So I hope that the folks out there will consider that when they're thinking about doing away with property taxes.
Yeah, that's a topic we have to be out front of.
Well, what I don't understand about it, I've had some talks with some people about trying to understand how it would work, right? So, but it costs so much to run things. If you do away with the property taxes, it's gonna come somewhere else. I mean, it's kind of like a wash. I don't really get it, because it's gotta come from somewhere. So if you do away with that, then it's just gonna get charged somewhere else, and you're gonna end up paying. I don't know. I've talked to many people, and nobody's got anything that sounds, anything concrete yet that could happen.
That's why I think we need to get out front on this.
Yeah.
And bring it up and hear what everybody has to say on that. You can come on up, Josh, because we need to get out front in case somebody else has an answer for it, because I haven't heard any good answer.
No,
As
yeah.
Trustee Shai was saying, what is the right answer? Nobody really knows. And I would just hate to dig another hole that everybody just falls into, and especially our township with all the progression that we've made so far. Go ahead, Josh.
Reminding me of funding when I worked in the county. I did not put this on my report, but I had to fill an application. I had to get Ryan to get hired on it.
Yeah, and things just like, that's right, things like that are
Yeah.
gonna go away, or you're only gonna get half or a third of what you did in the past.
Yeah,
Right,
and-
no, good job, right. It's first come, first served, it is.
And I believe it's 100% of our emergency services funding comes from property tax.
Is that right?
And
They're shaking
the
their head.
Ohio Revised Code says that we are required as a township to provide emergency
oh,
services
yes.
for our residents. Only fire.
Only fire.
Only
Okay,
fire,
thank you,
which
Chief.
to me is kind of,
Chief said only
That's
fire,
backwards.
so thank you for that.
but think about that when you say vote no on property taxes. How do you expect?
Yeah. I think we need to bring that up, Jim, and try to get more folks, because I have not heard any other good idea.
I'm
besides
open-minded.
Voting no, because you're gonna have to dig another hole, right?
And there's a lot of property owners around here that would come to me and were saying, we're all for this. And I said, well, stop, wait a minute, how are we gonna fund this? And the response from a lot of them is, I don't care, it's gotten too far out of control. So when we look at putting a levy on and increasing taxes even more, it makes these people that much madder.
I know.
And and this snowball has gotten so big, it's one that could explode. You know, we have to.
Yeah, that's where we're at. You're right.
That's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
I'm open-minded, but I've not seen anything that
I
can
haven't either.
offset it. I mean, the expense is still gonna be there, so you can't cut nothing. Maybe there is places that can cut stuff, but for us, nothing to cut. I mean, we're bare bones
There's
now.
something, our road and bridge, we get a little bit of gasoline tax and license plate tax and a little bit here and there, but that's what, maybe
Yeah.
10% of our budget?
We're not getting
from
enough.
the other funding?
We're not getting enough right now, let alone.
Yeah, we've been fortunate with the employees that we have to help us do.
Be able to operate
Yeah.
a shoestring budget.
Yeah. Did you have something, Jim?
No, I was just gonna say, speaking of expenses, I have the application from Harrison Building and Loan. We're checking on financing prices because we'll have a squad that'll be in hopefully in February. So we're looking at that. We're also talking with, First Financial Bank, just to compare banking services for next year. So, we're looking everywhere we can to make money and save money.
Sure.
We've got to go out there and find the best financing. Our financing last time with U.S. Bank was difficult. So, unless they're a lot cheaper, I'd like to avoid them because Ron was very patient with us in care, and I'm not going to do that to him again. So, just so everybody knows, we're doing everything we can to save as much as we can.
When you hear him talk about brawn, that's where the ambulance, right, the chief comes from. That's what he's talking about. Okay. Anybody else on economic development? Always a hot topic. Okay.
Any word on the demolition of the elementary school?
Well, so the gentleman we work with at the porch is somewhat newer and somewhat difficult to deal with. So last we heard, they were taking the prices we already had and talking to those contractors. Did they ever call back about? Yeah, so they had been working with JS Held on that, and basically they just kind of cut them out, said we're going to go out and do it, which JS Held said, fine, go ahead, just, as long as it gets done. And so hopefully they'll let us know before the next meeting. So what Peggy just said was, they're looking at doing it in 2 phases, doing the asbestos abatement first on the building and then tearing down the building. And we also had pricing to just tear down the whole thing and pay for the demolition debris to be all considered asbestos. close in price, so they must have decided to go ahead and do it separately. So, or that may be a requirement for the grant, I'm not sure.
All right. Good. Keep us posted on that, that's a big one.
Thank you.
Next we got We Thrive, trustee Pope, you have anything?
I have nothing on We Thrive, nothing to report on the rest of it.
Okay. Trustee Shively, solid waste?
Nope.
Okay, that's good.
Nothing that wasn't covered.
Nothing that wasn't covered.
There's plenty covered.
Okay. All right. Next we have old business, approval of the following applicants that Chief came up with. So it says applicants full-time position based on results of their medical exam. Zach Dorn and Ryan Hurley. I'll make a motion on, based on the medical. Go ahead and,
I'll make the motion on the chief's recommendation for the position.
okay,
Or second,
that's okay. You can do the.
I'm sorry, I was second. Go on.
Okay. All right, you got that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, voice vote, please. You're okay.
Mr. Pope,
Yay.
Mr. Shively,
Yay.
and Mr. King.
Yay. Anybody have any other old business?
Do not.
Under old business, I just want to say thank you, Chief. You guys set down a squad for Halloween. Everything turned out great. It was a nice evening and it was pretty crowded. So thank you for doing that. New business.
While
date-
you're on that
Go ahead.
Halloween, I would like to thank Doug King and his family for taking the time that he does on these holidays to help the community be something more than it was. It's nice to see that involvement.
We had a good turnout for people decorating. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of excitement over that.
Yeah.
And getting
Yeah.
rolling. Nice to see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. We had about 10 homes in a running on that. So my wife and I stepped out of that, and we had other people walk around and actually look, and this is pretty competitive. Yeah. New business. Dates for the 2026 organizational meeting. Also, new business. We can do that in comments about our next meeting. But yeah, let's just do that. Dates for the 2026 organizational meeting.
So Peggy and I were looking at when payrolls due, and we'd like to suggest that either ideally, January 5th, which is a Monday, would be a good day for us, so we can get our final numbers in and appropriations. I'll have temporary appropriations for you next month, but we would like to only enter those once, so.
The 5th would work for me, definitely.
That's good for me.
Good for me.
Wow.
Normally we do that like.
That's a first for all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've always struggled with this.
Yeah. Normally we do it at like, what, 4:30, 4, 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I gotta,
somewhere.
I get out of work at 4, I can leave at 3, but 4:30 could work. Probably sooner the better. Can everybody do 4 or 4:30?
Either one.
You pick.
4 o'clock would be easier on Peggy.
4 is easier for you. I can leave work at 3. Just remind me so I get out, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But yes, I can leave work at 3, be here by 4, yes.
All right.
3 o'clock on January 5, 2026. 4 o'clock. Yes, 4 o'clock. 3 o'clock's when I'm leaving, right? 4 o'clock, January 5th, 2026.
So I do have one other thing I'd like to suggest under new business. That's okay. So, Christmas Day falls on a Thursday, and I seriously doubt that a lot of business is gonna be done on Friday the 26th. And other than our on-duty people at the fire department, I'd like for us to consider giving that to our employees as a paid holiday this year. Be a one-time thing, just because of the day.
I'll make a motion to give them a holiday on December 26th, a one-time thing.
I'll second that.
Voice vote?
Mr. Pope,
Yay.
Mr. Shively,
Yay.
and Mr. King.
Yay.
The reason that I second that is because I work in the private sector, and we were just discussing that and did the
Yeah.
same thing
Yeah.
in the private, because
Chief, no for you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make that clear. Can you come up and say that, please? Yes.
So my question is that the non-contractual employees in the fire service?
Non-collective bargaining unit. Yeah.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
clarify
That's
that
what I
because
intended.
Yes.
It is in their contract that Christmas Eve is a day of holiday, that they're paid time and a half for. Clarify what that
If
is.
you want to do it for them too, that's fine with me.
with that,
It'll go in, it'll be paid in next year's pay, so I can figure it in.
I have a, I don't know, last time that I was forward to doing something, I kind of did it on the part.
I just wanted to clarify before the questions are raised, that, the council is this is a holiday. Just clarifying who is it for? Is it for, everybody, or is it just for the non-bargaining unit? Clarify. That's important.
There you go, almost gotta skip it.
I really don't want to go against the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree that it's not supposed to.
This probably won't happen again for another 7 years, so.
Well, just I mean, it's not that you don't want to, but when you have contracts,
Yeah.
you gotta stay with the it's not that, it's, there's lots of things I would do that myself, that's a different opinion, if it was myself employee or something, but when you have contracts, I don't,
Yeah, and we have other holidays that, the contract really targeting employees don't get that 10 days off and all sorts of, so it's nothing new, but I just want to make sure it's not.
I will stand with my motion for the non-contractual employees to have the Friday off.
So is that the wording we need on that?
Yeah.
We could do it the same way. You can read Willie with the motion and I'll second, since you said that. You wanna make sure Jim has that written, right?
For the non-contractual employees.
Yeah,
Good- Good
collective
call.
bargaining unit.
Yeah. I'd rather you say it up here than us trying to repeat it.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, any other new business? Hold on, we got two hands up. Keith? Okay. I was gonna mention that under comments, yes. Yep. Keith, go ahead.
He'd still get his on-call time.
Yeah,
If he gets called in on a holiday, or if he gets called in on vacation time, yes, he still gets his holiday time, but then he would get paid for being here in this night, as is with pretty much any of our professions. If we're called, I know if I'm called in when I'm off, I would still get paid the extra money. Yeah, because he
correct.
is an hourly employee, not a salaried employee.
Yep.
The chief, he's just out of luck.
Poor chief. Nothing. We ain't said nothing. No, you're good, you're good. You're good.
You can remind him of that in June.
Boy, I hope I don't leave him tonight while he still remembers that.
Any other public comments? Next, we got comments from the board. I know Peggy brought it up. We would like to do the Christmas lights again this year. If the other trustees, do we all want to do the same as we did in the past and come up with a flyer? We'll get that out to Cassie, and you guys can go ahead and do that. Yep, yep. I'd go based off of the other ones we had, kind of the areas, and You guys can go ahead and do that. Sure. You guys okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay. All right. So yes, we will do that again. Comments, what else? Anybody got anything
I
else?
have one other, comment that falls in line with the chief's, report. Just reminded me when he was talking about fires and Thanksgiving. That's the time of year, every year, where I go around the house and check my fire extinguishers, which hopefully everybody has fire extinguishers in their house. The one in the kitchen is the most important one, right inside your pantry. In my case, it's hanging on the inside of the door. If the pantry is there's a fire extinguisher. Just check it, make sure it's full pressure, turn it upside down, tap it with a rubber mallet, and make sure it's good and up to date. Replace it if it's not. Cheap insurance to have a fire extinguisher in your house.
Absolutely.
That's all I got.
Jake hopes for a fire every day. He's dying to use a fire extinguisher. I gotta find him one he can just blow off one
Yeah,
time.
just let him
I
blow.
mean, he eyeballs it. He's in my shop all the time. I got several in my shop. He's like, we can't just use one of them, like just one. No, Jake, not how it works. Hey, I'm just telling you, you'd be his hero. I'll start him a little fire in my fire pit and let him put it out. He's dying to use
It's a
one.
good experience. Every kid should be able to experience.
Yeah. And the last thing I have on, comments from the board is our, trustee meeting for December will be at 6 o'clock instead of 7 because it's, the township Christmas party. So that's always put in advance, during our organizational meetings so, December meeting will be at 6 o'clock. That's the third Monday of December. Is that about it, Peggy, for that December meeting? Okay. Any other comments?
I don't have any.
No executive sessions?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Voice vote, please.
Mr. Pope,